Hi everyone, you're watching Eagle News International Switzerland edition. I'm John Kevin Glosser. These are interesting times. Today's headlines. Around 200,000 protesters marched through Barcelona against the trial of 12 Catalan separatist leaders. The biggest United Nations humanitarian aid operation held in Rukban, Syria. A Filipino woman now being called a hero for helping shelter fire victims in Paris, France. In lifestyle, a typical Italian breakfast in Milan. A spectacular sound and light show in Geneva, Switzerland. In sports business news, general updates on European football. Economy ministers of France and Germany announced a mutual European industrial strategy. Hundreds of thousands of people took the streets of Catalonia's capital, Barcelona, to protest against the trial of 12 separatist leaders. The public is insisting for the 12 leading figures to be released immediately. They are being tried for their roles in the 2017 referendum and declaration of independence from Spain. Ace Tomiko with the details.
It has been estimated that around 200,000 demonstrators gathered together waving Estelada flags, which is a symbol of Catalan independence. They also carried with them signs with the faces of the independence leaders who are on trial and other signs that read, "Self-determination is not a crime," and "Freedom for political prisoners." The 12 separatist leaders are accused of rebellion for their attempt at making their region independent from Spain. 9 of them are charged with rebellion, which would mean 25 years of jail time if convicted, and 3 of them face lesser charges of disobedience and misuse of public funds. The trial at Madrid's Supreme Court follows Catalonia's independence referendum and failed attempt to separate from Spain in October 2017. Soon after the referendum, the Spanish authorities had declared that it was illegal, and the national government imposed direct rule over the semi-autonomous region. Prosecutor Fidel Cadena told the court that the separatists were promoting subversion and rupture of the constitutional order. Spain's 1978 constitution speaks of the indissoluble unity of the Spanish nation. Many Spaniards support the trial, shocked by the actions of Catalonia's regional executive in October 2017. However, separatists in Catalonia have dismissed the trial as a politically motivated farce. The bid for independence sparked Spain's deepest political crisis since its transition to democracy in the 1970s after the death of dictator Francisco Franco. For Eagle News International Switzerland edition, I'm Ace Tomiko, 1 with 25.
The largest UN humanitarian convoy by the United Nations and the Syrian Arabic Red Crescent brought life-saving assistance and relief goods to a remote area in Rukban, Syria, where around 40,000 people are stranded in the desert. Rukban, which is around 300 kilometers from Damascus, is one of Syria's most challenging places to reach.
It was a complex, large-scale aid operation. It's the biggest ever carried out by the United Nations in Syria. The mission lasted 9 days. It consisted of 133 trucks in total. 180 of them were loaded with relief supplies and 15 carried logistics support. There were more than 300 staff, volunteers and commercial suppliers that took part. It took more than 2 months of advocacy and negotiations with all parties to ensure safe access to the Rukban site.
Supply routes are often blocked, and the majority of people at the site are displaced women and children who have been stranded there for years, surviving in harsh conditions. Temperatures drop below freezing point and people are living without access to basic human needs.
People have been telling our teams how desperate the situation is. They're cold, hungry, and lack access to the most basic services. Even water is scarce.
These winter months have been especially hard on the residents of Rukban. The UN Children's Fund, or UNICEF, emphasized how fatal it is to lack basic medical care. In recent months, at least 8 children, most of which are newborn, died in the camp due to the freezing temperatures and lack of medical attention. There are no doctors present in the entire settlement. The thousands of people are relying on nurses, most of which are not certified. Doctors and health services are needed as well as basic equipment and supplies. While the convoy successfully delivered much needed assistance to people in need, a durable solution must be found as the aid only serves a limited amount of needs for a limited time. Sustained access to continue the delivery of humanitarian assistance is absolutely vital for the Rukban residents. 10 people were killed and more than 30 people were injured in one of the most violent fires in Paris that ravaged a building in Rue Erlanger. The blaze broke out around 1 a.m. Tuesday, February 5 and lasted for 5 hours. More than 200 firefighters evacuated about 50 people. A female suspect with psychiatric health problems has been arrested.
Norma Batara and her niece Sherilyn Batag, along with the couple Ferdinand and Mary Grace Alcazer, survived the fire. Unfortunately, there were some casualties suffered. A Filipino couple, Francisco and Crescencia Abalos, were amongst those that did not survive the fire. Sherilyn quivers as she recalls the incident.
Yung mga tao sa taas na hindi na makababa kasi malaki na yung apoy sa taas. Talagang nakita ko po silang lahat. Kaya pag naalala ko sila, kung ano yung mga sinapit nila, talagang nanginginig po ako.
Meanwhile, Lorena Alba and her household are now being called heroes for helping provide shelter for the fire survivors in their home, just meters away from the scene.
Natouch ako sa ginawa niya. So, proud po talaga ako sa kanya kasi bibihira yung ganung tao na sasagapin kami sa ganung sitwasyon. Kaya sabi ko nga sa kanya, hero ka ate kasi kahit papaano ginawa mo talaga yung effort para maisalba kami sa lamig, yung kaba namin. Sabi ko nga, hindi po nga ng Panginoon yung puso at isip niya para lang pumunta siya sa amin doon. Inisa-isa niya talaga kaming ginanon na. Yung kamay niya nakaganon sa amin. Yun po. Proud po ako sa kanyang kabaitan.
Lorena herself is a fire survivor.
Hindi ko kakayanin na mangyari sa kanila yun. Nagpapala pa rin kami ng Diyos. Mahal pa rin ako ng Diyos. Yun ang sa akin. Dahil imaginein mong nasunog yung bahay, ako lang mag-isa. Natrap ako sa taas. Kaya noong nangyari yung sunog na yon at nangyari pa ulit yung sunog dito, hindi ako makatiis talagang kahit wala akong kinalaman doon sa sunog, sa nakita ko mga tao nasa baba, hindi ko matiis talaga dahil yung nervous ko, yung naramdaman ko noong una, hanggang ngayon dala-dala ko pa. Apat na nasunugan, nung nakita ko sa baba, pa ako nakita magnanay na may baby 3 months. Sabi ko, pumasok kayo. Kasi malamig, hindi naman pwedeng hayaan ko nila sa labas. Walang ibang taong nagpapasok sa kanila dito sa street namin. Walang nagpapasok kundi kami lang.
Norma Batara is thankful for the aid of Alba family has provided them from day one.
Masasabi ko kay Lorena talagang super siya. Pinakyat kami na talagang tao kahit nandun na kami sa baba na kawawa, pinakyat kami. Mula nung pinakyat kami hanggang ngayon, inaasikaso pa rin niya kami. Super talaga si Rowena na magbigay ng tulong. Parang itunuring niya kami hindi ibang tao. Bihira akong makakita ng ganyang tao. Maraming salamat, Rowena.
Filipino community, along with the help of the Philippine Embassy, continue to extend their help and support to the fire victims. The survivors work towards rebuilding what was lost. From Paris, France, Marilyn Paedreray reporting for EBC.
Those were today's headlines. Stay tuned for lifestyle and sports.
Welcome to Lifestyle and Technology with stories on what to see, learn and discover in continental Europe and Africa. Today let's have a typical Italian breakfast in Milan and see what are the convenient places to have one. April Paulino reports.
Milan is famous for its wealth of historical and modern sites, with some of the finest artistic works in Europe.
And if you are looking for a spot to relax and enjoy an excellent cup of coffee, here is one of the favorite spots of Milanese. A delightful cafe at the Modern Art Gallery, home to the most famous collection of 19th century works in Lombardy, located in Villa Reale, a previous Napoleonic residence.
A typical Italian breakfast is a cappuccino and a cornetto, often taken at a bar. Yes, you heard it right. Bar here in Italy means a cafe or coffee shop.
People of all ages can go to cafes. There are no age restrictions. You may see groups of Italians watching TV or just gathering together to talk.
So when in Milan, enjoy the sight and feel of its historical and artistic culture and taste the warmth of a nice cup of coffee. From Milan, Italy, I am April Paulino and I am one with 25.
Have you already witnessed a sound and light show? Well, let's head to Geneva, Switzerland to admire a spectacular one. Jamily Umali reports.
Ready for an artistic journey through science, historical events, and cultural interest? This is the Sound and Light Show in Geneva, Switzerland. A 20-minute choreography of 1,000 lights and images and entertaining music. The show, projected on the beautiful facade of the University of Geneva's building at Parc des Bastions, is set to take you on a fun yet poetic ride. Through a balanced mix of drama, energy, mystery, and even humor, savor the display of colorful scenes depicting famous people, works, and events from the scientific and artistic worlds. As you float in space, enjoy zero gravity and that amazing view. Under the theme of gravity, the show is part of a program aimed at making science accessible and understandable to children and adults. Provided for free several weeks in the fall of 2018, the show brought many families together and sure captured the attention of all, even the very young, despite the evening's biting cold. From Geneva, Switzerland, I am Jamily Umali and I'm one with 25.
EBC movie Guerrero continues to show throughout Europe. This time it has reached the Scandinavian and Spanish regions. Let's join their respective bureaus for the details.
Welcome to the movie screening of Guerrero here in Oslo, Norway.
Guerrero, a Filipino full-length movie, was released October 2017 by Eagle Broadcasting Corporation, directed by no other than the internationally acclaimed director, Carlo Ortega Cuevas. The movie was nominated for numerous categories from local up to international scene.
Guerrero has touched the hearts of many fellow Filipinos back in the Philippines and also abroad here in Oslo. Reporting from Oslo, Norway, I am Rona Baudin and I am one with 25.
We are here in Filmax Cinema, Barcelona, Spain for the screening of the first full-length film released by the EBC Films, the movie Guerrero.
Hundreds of Filipinos watched the film Guerrero here in Barcelona, Spain. The movie comes courtesy of international award-winning director Carlo J. Cuevas. The movie narrates the struggles of aspiring boxer and his younger brother that look up to him as his inspiration. The movie Guerrero aimed not only to entertain, but also to educate the viewers and instill values and lessons. This movie was produced by Eagle Broadcasting Corporation and has been shown in many countries in Europe,
and also in the United States.
I really like the movie. I thought it gives hope and renews people's faith, especially in today's world when there's so many troubles and trials that people go through, even natural calamities. This kind of movie is what people need to see so that they can look beyond what they're experiencing, the troubles they're experiencing today, and have hope and faith to keep going.
From Barcelona, Spain, I'm Lovely Applejays Fabros and I'm 1 with 25.
Those were today's lifestyle and technology stories from continental Europe and Africa. I'm Ann Glauser and I'm 1 with 25. Next, sport and business.
Hi, I'm Kyle Benedicto for Sports and Business News. From Ligue 1 to the Champions League, updates in football happening around Europe coming up. And shortly after, John Kevin Gloser reports the European Common Industrial Strategy.
Leonardo Jardim took over the job as Monaco manager back in January, replacing Thierry Henry. Ever since his reappointment, Monaco have lost 2 games, one of which was a cup tie, drew 1 and won 3. In the recent game, Monaco faced Lyon, a game where they won 2-0. As we move on to the Bundesliga, the current leaders, Borussia Dortmund, are sitting on top of the table with 54 points. In second place, we find Bayern Munich. Despite their slow start to the season, Bayern are only 3 points behind the league leaders. In Dortmund's recent game, they have lost 2-1 against Augsburg. Bayern are yet to face third place Mönchengladbach. The title race in the Bundesliga is getting tighter. In Italy, Juventus remain unbeaten in Serie A. Juventus have won 22 games and have drawn 3, accumulating 69 points. We move on to the Champions League, but stick with Juventus. As Cristiano Ronaldo returns to familiar ground, Juventus face Atletico Madrid away from home. Juventus lost the game 2-0, conceding goals by Jimenez and Godin.
France and Germany economy ministers meet in Berlin in a press conference to announce a common industrial strategy. Both opinions are that EU's actual competition rules are outdated.
Mais l'Europe ne restera un grand continent industriel que si nous sommes capables de rassembler nos forces, de changer les règles européennes qui sont aujourd'hui dépassées, et de mieux nous protéger. Ce sont les 3 conditions et c'est celles que nous avons définies dans ce mémorandum franco-allemand sur l'industrie.
They agreed on an industrial strategy for Europe to be proposed to the rest of the European countries.
Besser, aber es ist ja klar, dass wir in Deutschland und Frankreich nicht alleine darüber entscheiden, ob und wie diese Regeln verändert werden. Wir werden eine Initiative ergreifen. Wir werden mit unseren Partnern in Europa, mit dem Europäischen Parlament, mit der Kommission darüber reden.
This common strategy will give more importance to investments in innovations, changes in EU competition regulations, and the setup of systems to protect local technology. All of these will help European companies to stay competitive against rivals coming from other continents. I am John Kevin Gloser, and I am 1 with 25. That's it for today's sports and business news. I'm Kyle Benedicto, and I'm 1 with 25. That is today's Eagle News International Switzerland edition. Thank you for watching and join us again next time as we bring news that matters to you.